With the Dragon Ball characters consistently gaining access to new forms and abilities, causing the inevitable power creeps we see in the show, we often neglect how some characters are ridiculous in size, as there are no shortage of the heights that these characters can reach. So I hope you can enjoy this lengthy video with me and explore some of the tallest characters. Now I must note that before I mention the tallest characters, I will first highlight some of the main cast heights and then I'll compare them to the tallest characters in the show. Now I must note that before I mention the tallest characters, I will first highlight some of the main cast heights and then I'll compare them to the tallest characters in the show. I'd like to also address that most of the heights provided in this video are powered by Dragon Ball data books such as the Daizenshu, Super Exciting Guide, and Dragon Ball Forever. There's also some approximate guesswork by fans, as not all characters have their heights officially documented. Also, the scale of characters in the show isn't consistent. For example, Vegeta's official height is 5'5", which is about 164 centimeters. Compare that to Master Roshi, who's actually taller than Vegeta by 1 centimeter, which is a clear contradiction as Vegeta always appears to be taller than Roshi. Therefore, please tread carefully with this video, as of course you might notice some contradictions as characters will appear taller in some panels compared to others. But I digress. If we take the official heights of some of the main casts respectively from shortest to tallest, then it would be Oolong, who comes at 4 feet, which comes to 121 centimeters. Then it would be Goten, who's also 4 feet but at 123 centimeters. Kid Trunks would follow with 4'2" at 129 centimeters. Then comes Chaozu, which is very curious and strange because Chaozu appears to be as tall as Goten and Trunks, however he is in fact 4'6", which comes at 138 centimeters. Then comes Jacko, to no surprise, which is 4'10" at 148 centimeters. Then comes Krillin, who's a lot taller than them, even though Krillin is usually known to be the shortest out of the main cast. It comes at 5 foot, which is 153 centimeters. Then comes Videl at 5'2", who is taller than Krillin by 4 centimeters, as she's 157 centimeters. Then comes Frieza's final form. Again, Frieza's final form looks taller in some panels and he looks very small in some panels, but he comes at 5'2" at 158 centimeters. Then comes Grandpa Gohan, who is the exact same height as Frieza's final form, which is pretty interesting. Then comes Chi-Chi, which is 163 centimeters at 5'4", and then, like we mentioned, Vegeta comes at 164, and Bulma 165, which is they're both 5'5". It's funny how Bulma is 1 centimeter taller than Vegeta. The Master Roshi and Yajirobe are also noted to be the same height at 165, and like I said, Master Roshi appears to be a lot shorter than Bulma, yet he is the same height in the official guides. Trunks from the future is at 5'7", 170 centimeters. Goku as an adult comes at 175, which corresponds to 5'9" feet. Gohan is also 5'9", and also 1 centimeter taller than Goku at 176. Mercenary Tao from Dragon Ball is 178 at 5'10". Yamcha is one of the tallest characters in the cast, coming at 183 centimeters. He is in the 6-foot clan. Tien Shinhan is even taller than that and comes at 6'2" at 187. And to my surprise, Mr. Satan is also 6'2" and 188, which is interesting because Mr. Satan's height scales very differently and very interestingly throughout the series. In some cases, he looks as big as a great ape, and sometimes he looks very tiny like he's Master Roshi. So his size really does fluctuate throughout the series depending on his confidence. Before I forget, Android 18 comes at 5'6" at 169 centimeters. Android 17 comes at 170 centimeters. Dende, who also forgot, comes at 122 centimeters at 4 foot. Kid Buu also comes at 4'10" and 149 centimeters. The god of destruction who lived over 200 million years, Beerus, comes at the height of 5'8", around 170 centimeters. Now I'll be honest guys, if I also lived for 200 million years only to be 5'8", I'd also try to destroy everything, to be fair. Speaking of people who don't want to destroy everything and are so chill and secure about their height, is Whis, who's 7'7". Impressively, the first character so far to reach over 2 meters tall, which explains why, unlike Beerus, Whis seems to be a lot more, let's say, chilled compared to Lord Beerus. The last character I want to mention before talking about the tallest characters in the show is Jiren, who's actually, his height also fluctuates. There is no official height for Jiren. In some panels, he looks like a giant. In other panels, he is as tall as Goku, even though there is no way to see the actual height difference to be them. Like I say, the anime has inconsistencies with scaling, which is pretty normal. So Jiren, in my own estimations, would be between 6'1 and 6'5 in some panels when he gets bulky, but just to be fair, we'll put him at 6'1. Since we got some of the most notable main cast characters, let's go and talk about the tallest characters in the show. We're gonna go to the 2-meter gang list. A character who is very notorious to be one of the tallest characters in the show is Piccolo, who almost matches Whis in height, as Piccolo comes at 7'5", which is 226 centimeters high. Now let's mention Cell, one of the 3 major villains of the original Dragon Ball Z series. His perfect form is actually the shorter out of his 3 forms, coming at 7 foot, which is 213 centimeters. Imperfect Cell comes at 7'5" at 226, and Semi-Perfect Cell is currently the tallest in our list, reaching the heights of 8 feet, which comes at 243 centimeters. Frieza's second form was honestly a headache for me to figure out how tall he is. I saw lots of sources saying he's no taller than 6'10", despite him looking to be as tall as Piccolo in some frames, and even taller than Piccolo in others. So I refuse to suggest he's significantly shorter than Piccolo. If anything, he should be a bit taller, around 7'7", coming at 234 centimeters. His third form is also a weird one, since he appears to be taller in that form, yet in the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly he looked shorter. However, this could be a retcon, but also he is hunched forward, so that could have took a bit of his height, but still, he still does look a lot taller than when he was previously. So it's a weird one. In fact, in the Dragon Ball Budokai games, especially Budokai 3, when Frieza's third form debuted there, going from the second form to the third form, his height looks like it increased. However, that is a video game and it's not a legit source to find out the real heights. However, using the eye observation, I would say the third form in Dragon Ball Z, at least if we discount Dragon Ball Super, the third form Frieza wouldn't be much taller than his second form, so I'll put them around equal because of the inconsistencies. However, I'd like to know what you guys think. Bojack, while transformed, comes at 7'6" feet at 229 centimeters. Garlic Jr., while in his first form, is 3.6 feet. However, in his transformed state, he goes up to 8 foot tall. Majin Buu apparently has the official height of 8'2", which comes at 250 centimeters, making him the tallest character so far on this list. I know, it's pretty weird, but Majin Buu has been documented to be 250, so let's just assume that he is. Super Buu doesn't have an official height, on the other hand. While some sources claim he's 8 foot, this would mean he's shorter than his previous form, which cannot be true. If we scale Super Buu through panels, he would be around 9 foot, which would be around 270 centimeters. Broly is also notoriously known to be one of the tallest characters and is also known to be one of the giants of the show, coming at 9 foot as well. Official guides suggest he's about 274 centimeters. Super Android 13, who's basically the Walmart version of Broly, is also about the same height. Also, since I forgot to mention Kale, she's also part of the 2-meter gang, but not as tall as Broly, coming at 7'2" with 218 centimeters. A notable mention I forgot to say earlier in this video is that while some fans might be disappointed that they're taller than Goku, however, when Goku transforms into Super Saiyan 4, his height increases. Similar to the Wrath state that made Broly utilize the powers of the Great Ape while in base, Goku utilized this similar power, increasing his height to around 6'3", as he appears to be much taller compared to characters who are supposedly similar in height next to him. Now the moment you have been waiting for, the tallest character in the show that is not a monster, dragon, or great ape, is someone you probably did not expect. It is the one and only Ox King, coming over 13 feet, which is 400 centimeters. He is the tallest man in the world, or at least used to be, because what in the hell happened to my guy here? They really just thought we wouldn't notice that he went from this to this. What happened? Yeah, Ox King in the original Dragon Ball was portrayed as a giant, making us wonder if he's even human. Speaking of characters who aren't humanoid, I think it would be unfair to end this video without mentioning the sheer size and length on some of the non-humanoid characters. For example, Lord Slug in his giant form comes at 26.6 feet at 807 centimeters high. Coming after that are great apes, which to be honest, their heights vary as they aren't consistent. Some are drawn bigger than others while some are drawn massively big. But I'd say they would range from about as low as 50 feet to 100 feet, which comes to 50 meters to 30 meters. Anilaza, from the Throne of Power, I'm pretty sure I butchered his name because I don't remember how to pronounce it. He's a bit difficult to figure out as we can only scale him through the panels on the screen, but I'd say he's about 10 to 15 meters, maybe as tall as a great ape. King Yama, who I can't believe I almost forgot, is about 40 feet tall, which is around 12 meters. Janemba in his first form is also about the same height, coming at 50 feet, which comes at 15 meters. Giant Bergama comes at 60 feet. Hirudegon now is possibly the biggest monster kaiju in the Dragon Ball franchise. He comes around 150 feet in his final form, which comes around 45 meters. After that comes the dragons. Shenron is a bit difficult to pinpoint exactly how tall he is because we can make an estimate that he's about 1600 feet at the very least. So yeah, to figure out his height is a little bit of a guess. Porunga is gigantic. We can tell by the panels on how he's drawn. He makes islands look like tiny rocks. However, the advantage that Porunga has over Shenron is that he can fully display his height compared to Shenron Serpentine's design. But Porunga comes at 2000 feet at least. After that comes Ultimate Shenron. The most powerful dragon on Earth is the one from Dragon Ball GT. The red dragon's face alone is bigger than the entire lookout. He is immense in size and even described to have incredible power level. He's about 33,000 feet, making the previous two dragons look like infants. However, a little unfortunate for Shenron here, his title of being the tallest creature in Dragon Ball is immediately stripped away after the conception of Dragon Ball Super. There we meet the biggest creature I personally have seen. It's Super Shenron from the Super Dragon Balls. He is incomprehensibly large in size, shown to be many times more colossal than the multiple amounts of galaxies between Universe 6 and 7. Galaxies float next to him like drops of sweat. His height can only be measured in light years. So how big is he? The answer is yes. All of them.
All of them?
Believe it or not, this video that you just watched was supposed to be made in late 2017, almost 6 years ago. It's been drafted in my notes on my early days as a Dragon Ball YouTuber. Therefore, I would like to visit some of the drafts that never got to be scripted and made. So I'll make content like I always strive to make. Reason behind that is that I finally, your boy MoodZi right here, graduated with his master's degree as mechanical engineer. So the most logical thing to do with that degree is to make videos on Japanese cartoons. I mean, obviously. I'll have more free time now, so expect more uploads. So if you guys like this video, then please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.